Thanks for coming back to another episode. I have no one to thank for my success but me. I'm just kidding. Mostly you, the listeners. I cannot express my gratitude enough. If I could just express one more thing, please do not forget when you're scrolling through. We're on the way to work. We're on our long runs. We're trying to zone out the monotonous noise of life with this voice. Please hit the 5 stars, subscribe, and you guys, it's been working. Not I, have almost 1,000 reviews, and I have no one to thank but you, for real. Okay, so let's keep the momentum going, shall we? It's going to be a lifelong battle. I'm here to stay, and we're all sticking around. So let's act like it. Okay, with that out of the way. Today we're going to be talking about an array of topics. We're going to start with another title that I've had in the past that you guys may not be aware of. We're going back to my high school days to begin, and then we're going to get into a women's health lesson, which we know you need, okay? I know you're all just reading about fairy fucking, not educating yourself on the luteal phase, and that's where I come in. And my journey with strap-ons. As the previous sentence might suggest, it has been a journey of ups and downs, of learning about myself, of learning about lesbians, and diving in. And my queen of the week, none other than Taylor. Okay. So let's go to science class. Let's go to class. Come on, get your notes, because I know all you're doing is reading about fairy smut and fairy fucking and your ACOTAR series. I took a break to read Sylvia Plath because obviously she is my soul sister. So I needed to do my due diligence. I just read it. I just finished it, and now I'm back on the ACOTAR. And the thing I will say, I'm gonna read what am I on? Mist and Fury. I'm like halfway. I'm gonna read it in the next upcoming days. I gotta just like push through. But if there's one thing I'm literally not, I do not edge. I don't love to be teased. Let's get to the point. I'm already worked up on a daily basis. Look at me. Just like contained with irritation. Just riddled with the fuse that's about ready to blow. I can't take any more of that. SJM is a massive edger. Just get to the point. Can Farah? Can we get a Farah? Crazy choice of a name. Can we just get Farah and Rysan to fuck already? I'm sick of sitting with my vibrator on low, shaking with rage that I can't get to the big O. That I cannot feel the rush and release of the throbbing, pulsating clitoris. Please, SJM, just get to the good stuff already, because it's like she's just teasing and edging, and I can't take it anymore, okay? Anyways, back to class. Welcome to Women's Health with Dr. Baggy. That's right. PhD in bullshit. I've spent a long 8 years studying some bullshit. And Dr. Baggy does come from somewhere. I don't know if I told you guys. I was in nursing school, and it was like my first day of clinicals. So it was the first day of going in person. It's like your internship, your hands-on, you know, which I have a lot to say about nursing school, actually. So you get assigned like a nurse, like a preceptor, a nurse, boots on the ground, who actually, they don't sign up for this. They're not coming into work thinking that they're going to get a dumbass student like me following them around everywhere. No, they got the short straw. Naturally, I got the nurse closest to retirement. Okay, but we need our career nurses. They know the most. So she's like, "What's your name?" I don't want to get it wrong when I introduce you to the patient. And I'm like, "It's Gabby." She's like, "Gabby?" And I'm like, "Gabby. It's Gabby." She's like, "Okay." 5 seconds later, not even kidding you, this was like outside the room. We walk into the room. She says, "Hey, sir, this is the student nurse, Baggy." Close. Very close. If you just switch the but and the ga, and then you get the Gabby, but also Baggy works too. So this is the classroom of Dr. Baggy, and we are in women's health because I've had a terrible week. When I tell you, I was bedridden for 3 days in a fog of depression and lethargy and self-pity for no reason. Happy as a clam. Just the week before, I went into my therapist and she was like, "How are you doing?" I was like, "Honestly, I feel great, but do not get used to this. I could be hypomanic." Anytime I get a sense of relief, I think I'm hypomanic. Anytime. I'm like, "Oh, I'm feeling good. Oh, I don't have ruminating thoughts that I can't shake. I must be hypomanic." I'm getting a sense of grandeur, that because I think life is worth living. There must be a problem. Also, my therapist, love her, and her disconjugate gaze, which I do think adds to her assessment skills, because it's not like she can just see like a 180 degree like us, peripheral vision. Like, she has one eye northeast, the other one southwest. So she has more of like a 250 degree sighting, and she's able to assess way more than the average person, because she's gathering context clues from each of your pupils that are going every which way. She's honestly, I've made breakthroughs like never before. It's incredible. And she left me. She's in Maine for 3 weeks. And I'm like, "Bitch, there's lobster rolls here in Malibu. You ever been to Malibu? Stick around for a little. We're just getting good." She's like, "You can call me." I'm like, "I've tried to text you before. You cannot use your phone." With that disconjugate gaze, everything's blurry. It's blurry. Okay, so anyways, so I started using Flow, the period tracking app. Highly recommend. This is also, I know there's some straights out there listening, and God, we love to see it. Thank you so much for your service. The gays, obviously, please keep coming back time and time again. This is a safe space. The men, the women, the girls, the boys, the theys, the this, everything in between. So I'm just like down bed, can't get out of bed, can't make myself anything to eat. I must order an extra large bag of high chew salt and vinegar chips and mac and cheese to get me through the undefined number of days that, I am wondering if life is worth living. as I finish Sylvia Plath. Maybe not the best way, but I am into catharsis. I like to feel the pain. I love to feel the pain because it's something. So I'm doing my best. Robbie's like being so supportive. I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. I'm just so tired. Like, I exhausted. I was taking like 2-hour naps. I'm like, fuck me. The worst has happened. I'm in the depressive of the manic depressive, which I don't actually know what the diagnosis is because is what I'm getting at is I think this is directly related to ovulation, to FSH and LH, but we will get there. But also not out of the woods. My psychiatrist is like, you're not bipolar, but you could have a mood disorder, but we're using Lamictal off-label for depression. It has helped, except for times like this. Like I have been noticing a pattern. So I'm just wanting to really track and like get to know it. So anyways, so I'm like, can this spike of hormones. So what if you don't know your menstrual cycle, and this can go for natural family planning too. This can be a modality of birth control. If you get pregnant, mind you, it is not my fault. This could totally be misinformation. I am not responsible for your pregnancy. There's other methods. There's the IUD, there's the NuvaRing, there's natural family, there's pull and pray. And if you pull and pray, you must pray. And you literally must pull, first of all. And you have to pair it with the pray or it does not work. And no, you can't blame me for any unwanted pregnancy. Okay, so the menstrual cycle, so you guys know if it's 28 days, whatever, give or take. And then, right, you got it, your body. So, and think about this. Think about this as a man is inventing birth control. Going through all of the minefields and the lasers of entrapment. Oof. Let me see if I do this and do this with the pituitary and the hypothalamus and then the ovary and then maybe she won't get pregnant. Wouldn't it just be easier if we figured out a way for the penis to shoot a blank? Come on. There has to be a way we can MacGyver some kind of dysfunctional, lackluster semen. So I don't have to spawn the Satan of a Zamboni driver on spring break. Yeah, that's right. I had a 2-night stand with a Zamboni driver in Arizona, the hottest state out of the 50 states, where there's no ice. But this is what he wanted to do. You guys, we all have a past. Who would even know what that baby was up to? He's frozen. It'd probably come out cold. Little frost nippies on his fingers and toesies. We can't have that. And I don't want to spawn, especially not with this guy, dear God. So back to the menstrual cycle. Okay, so around ovulation, you have your little ovaries. Your brain is sending signals to drop an egg. So the brain, it's called a negative feedback loop. Look it up. I cannot explain that to you because I don't know where feedback gets negative. Yes, I do, but it's like this way, that way. So we're starting in the brain. Your brain is sending signals to the ovary to get ripe and ready to drop an egg. In case, for the worst luck you've ever had, you drop an egg as ice ejaculation comes in right at the same time, makes a Zamboni baby. No, thank you. Okay, so it's getting ripe and ready to go. It gives it LH and FSH hormones, luteinizing hormone, follicular stimulating hormone. Get your notepads. This is Dr. Baggy. And So it tells the ovaries to get ripe and ready to go. So they're growing, ready to pop out the egg, middle schmerz. Then you ovulated, and then progesterone is what helps grow the baby. So once your body realizes that it's not pregnant, if the egg wasn't fertilized, then everything goes back to normal. So it's like, can these hormones cause severe, massive depression? I feel like it can, because I was in such a way that I cannot explain otherwise. 3 days out on the other side, I feel great. I feel back to normal. I have hope again. I can go for a walk. You're like, oh, depression. Maybe you just need some fresh air. You're sad. Maybe you just need to go outside. Oh, thank you. Why didn't I think of that? To cure my severe mental illness, I'll just go outside and take a big gulp of hot, polluted air and chase it with an ice cube and wash it down with a side of regret. Why didn't I think of that? So I will be taking this information back to my psychiatrist. I'm sure she's never heard it before, but stay tuned for next month if it happens again, because I don't know, maybe there's some kind of PRN, some kind of as needed, like meth related drug that I can avoid this severe depression for 3 days, because it really was down bad. I couldn't leave the house. But that's what you guys have to do. It's like, what do you do? What I do is I nurture it. I throw a pity party. I revel in it, because I can't fake it. I can't fake it anymore. I could barely. Where was I? I had I was getting a facial. I could barely go get a facial. My favorite thing in the world. And my esthetician likes to talk. And you know what? We're developing a relationship now. I know all about her mom. She knows about my family, my stepmom. We talk about the family. We're like, how's this? How's the brother doing? What's going on here? And it's like, I just wanted to be like, oh, I'm massively, severely depressed. If you could stick this microcurrent probe right up my asshole and see if it could stir anything up to shake this depression, to shake this terrible mindset, I have to try something different. Icky. Okay, yeah. So Robbie and I are going to the country. I think we're going to record an episode of the pod there. I'm acting happy about it, but I'm really not. Because she got this country house before we were dating, and it's nothing but work. It's cute as a button, and it is like a button size. But it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of maintenance. It's like the maintenance of being a homeowner times a million, because it's in the mountains. So whenever we go, there's something broken. Always she's up on the roof, unqualified, mind you, the clumsiest person I know, prone to injury, thinking that she could manage all this. I'm like, but I actually can't watch this. She's like, will you help me? And I'm like, no, I have to protect myself. I cannot be privy to this. But we're going to the country, and she's like, baby, bring the straps. Baby, bring the strap on. Yeah, I said it. Strap on, strap on, strap on, strap on, strap on, strap off. Strap on, strap on, strap on. You just got to desensitize yourself to it. It's exposure therapy. Yeah, it's a scary word. Let's normalize it. Where did normalize go? Thank fuck. It kind of went away. What are we normalizing? Everything that's already normal. Strap-ons are not normal. Literally by nature of it being a fake dick. But let's normalize talking about it. It was so scary at first. I think I told you the first time I said it in a sentence, I broke out in hives. It's like, oh my God, what is this doing to me? It sounds really scary. But here we are. Robbie and I, we were like, we started having like finger sex, maybe like the third date in, and we were hot and heavy, let me tell you. The second date was so cute. We just went to her apartment and I made her bruschetta, which she loves, which I brought to make for the country because I'm so cute. And we got naked and just stared into each other's eyes in the bed the whole second date. But we didn't touch. No. We were just naked under the covers and just like deeply longing, staring. Very lesbian of us, I know. So the third date, we're like, I don't know, coming back from a night out, drunk on something, on love and romance and connection. And she's like, do you want to see my strap-ons? I guess so. I don't know. You guys, I'm vanilla. I don't really wonder. I don't really need to know. This is a necessity. If I don't think the strap-on should be like so sexualized because it's honestly just a tool. It's a tool. I don't think we need to go crazy with the colors, with the designs, the patterns. So one by one, she brings out the different kind of dildos. I'm shocked into terror. I am scared. I don't know what the fuck lesbians are up to or what they think the size of vagina is, because these dildos were about 6 inches of a diameter and bright purple. What? I can't shove this silicone hard rod up my fragile little teeny tiny pussy. No, it's not fitting. It's incredibly uncomfortable and it's crazy to look at. She's bringing it out one by one. She's like, every day I ask God why he bared this burden for me. Why? Every day I ask God why he burdened me. What? Bore? What does bore mean? In the process of making the perfect sentence and I've had a hiccup. Why? What's bared? Every day, this is Robbie talking about her strap-ons. Every day I ask Hashem why I must bear this burden. For you, for me, the baby gay, sitting cross-legged on the bed in the dark, wondering what the future has in hold for me. So then naturally we went on a search to find the perfect one for us. I will say the ones that I like the most are very realistic, weird, freaky deaky. They look just like what I'm working with or what I was working with. You know what I mean? So like it works for the bisexuality of me, and she doesn't mind. You know, she likes to wear it. So it kind of works for us in that way. We're on all these kind of sites, these websites, these YouTubes who are testing out the realisticness of these dildos. They're pinching the skin. They're moving it all around. They're manhandling it. Very jarring, very jarring. This is their marketing technique. They could do better. But these are the highest grade surgical materials, 500 big ones, shipping from across the world. These are the ones that we've landed on, but the one that we've now gotten 3 different versions of these, not all $500. They vary. But the one we like the most, it's too small. So we're always, it's like Goldilocks. It's Goldilocks and the strap-ons. Goldilocks and the dildos. I need the one that's going to fit just right. This one's way too big. The glands is giving me the fucking ick. It's shiny with fake pre-cum. No, thank you. Ugh. This porridge is too hot. This one, so tiny. What is this for your asshole? what is this, for foreplay? Too cold. We're still waiting for the right one to come in the middle. But it is an active part of being a lesbian, because I'll tell you what, Robbie and I have been like working on our sex. Where like now we have this new tactic. We're adults, you guys. We're tired. We don't see each other. We don't live together yet. And so whenever we're having a night, it works for us if we're like, would you like to have sex tonight? Just like lay out expectations. And normally the answer is a hell yeah. Hell yeah, daddy. So it's nice. It's like, I like the communication. Some people think it takes like the spontaneity. Who the fuck needs spontaneity? No. I just need an orgasm. Give it to me. So, 1 to 2 times a week. There's also different kinds of lesbian sex. There's the finger kind, there's the vibrating kind, so 1 to 2 times a week that we're banging out the strap. You got to wash it afterwards, leave it in the sink. Wake up in the morning to a various array of sizes of very realistic looking dildo sticking straight up out of where I'm going to wash my face. Jarring to say the least. I know a lot of people cannot relate, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't even know what my eyes are seeing right now, because they are so realistic looking. Just like castrated, where I'm supposed to wash my hands after taking a morning tinkle. I don't wash my hands after that. Who am I kidding? So I'm like, who can I send this photo to? Who can I send a picture of what my morning routine looks like? Who's going to be willing? Who wants to see this? Who's going to find this as interesting and funny as me? I don't know, but it is kind of like a party trick. Every time we have people over at the house, we're like, want to see our strap-ons? And they're like, yeah. So it is fun to kind of lean into. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I will not shut up about Charlie XCX, and she has a song that I love, and it's all about comparing herself to another girl, and she's like, I don't know if it's real or insecurities. First of all, it's definitely not real. She is the queen diva, and I feel like it's just so relatable because we've all compared our lives to other lives on Instagram. Like, why am I not in the south of France right now on a yacht? And that's because I don't and will probably never have access to one. And say it with me now, that's okay. And that's okay. You know what can help with all these feelings? Therapy. Speaking of, I do have to text my therapist. But I love my therapist. She has one eye that looks the other way, but it does not bother me because she's so full of wisdom and grace. She helps me understand myself more, which is the goal of life at the end of the day, because what are we doing if we don't know ourselves? Therapy also helps with learning positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, the list goes on and on. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule, which is so nice because the girlies are busy having a brat summer. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Wendy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Wendy, WINDEY. So I know, we've been going through a lot. We're seeing the state of our country, of our politics, and I feel like the last time we've seen a true democracy was when I won Miss Fallon 2000 and redacted. Because no matter what the year, it doesn't matter. I'm actively aging in reverse. I am the first case of Benjamin Button. Nobody's seen anything like it. I'm actively getting younger. So that's where we are now. The year doesn't matter, but I was crowned. And that's the main thing. And that is the last time our country has seen true democracy, was when I earned the title of Miss O'Fallon. We're in high school. It's like I've been through a lot. You guys know I have a past. I've done it all. This is just adding to the lore. If I can help you myself, not anything you need to dig up. I am not a woman of mystery. That has been gone years ago. The hopes of me having any kind of secrecy. Here I am to spill my guts to you. I'm just making it easier on you. You're welcome. And I did. And I earned it fair and square. And I could go out on a limb and say that it was an upset. I don't think it was an upset because I think it's what the people needed. Mind you, the people were not voting. It was the judges, but still, it was a fair vote amongst the judges. And one of the first comments I heard after winning my title was, "Because you won, we knew this wasn't rigged." That's how much the people did not believe in me. And it was fair. It was fair. When the least likely but most deserving contestant wins, that is democracy. Growing up, it was like my mom was trouble. Everyone knew but me, kind of. She had a reputation. She was kicked out of butterfly camp. I mean, it was like that was Gabby's mom. She showed up to PTA meetings, big titties out, backless shirt. It's like, oh my God. We're on a public government funded campus. Put your titties away, as mine are hanging out. But I'm not around kids. Anyways, this was the reputation going in. And I gave it my whole heart and soul like I do any project that I'm on. We had so much fun this summer. We all became really good friends. I made a couple of enemies after that. I did. And you'll learn how or why or how this came to be in 1 second. But let me just jump right ahead and get to the talent, because this is how I secured the bag. Well, first I started off strong in the interview, started crying for no reason other than sheer anxiety. Moved me to tears. The judges thought I was eloquent and full of emotion. So I started off with a bang. And then we get to my talent. Of course I danced. I made my whole costume. I did this with all my dance auditions. I'm a seamstress of sorts. I had a slip dress like this, and I sewed on a nice lace bow. A nice lace belt tied into a bow. Avant-garde. Something like that. Couture. Yeah, you could consider it that. And my song of choice could not be beat to this day. Annie Lennox, Wonderful. I don't know if you guys have heard it before. If you haven't, right after you listen to this episode in full and hit the 5 stars button and subscribe on YouTube and leave a little comment on the Insta, look up Wonderful by Annie Lennox. It's like, it's like 80s, 90s. Who the fuck knows? It feels nostalgic. Not in like the elevator of a doctor's office nostalgic, like the music that's like a knockoff of the copywritten version that's just like makes your skin crawl. No. This is real nostalgia. Even if you haven't been to the 80s before, me, much to my dismay, it makes you feel otherworldly. It starts off with a nice strum of the guitar. We're really hitting a really solid beat, easy to get into, not very confusing. Is It's like, hurting me. Lyrics unparalleled. She's so down bad, so mad at herself and at a new love. We've all been there before, an unrequited love. Should I have sent that text? Should I have lulled then? Should I have sent that tasteful nude? Because now I'm not getting a response. She's writing this song from the perspective of the deafening silence that occurs after you send a nude. Hello? And by the way, after I send an incredibly artistically crafted nude, you're not sending fire emojis. You're sending a full sentence how hot and grateful you are that I'm on the other line. Anyways, Annie's in this place. She's like, idiot me, stupid fool. How can it be so uncool? I was visiting my parents last weekend. Out of nowhere, my stepmom's like, Gabby, you should ditch those tennis lessons and get some singing lessons. That's what you need for your career. I'm like, oh my God. Why didn't I think of that? Me on the mic, music video dropping, fall 2024, brat summer over, Siggy tone deaf fall in. Stay tuned. Anyways, so she starts out with these moving lyrics. You can feel her pain, but there's also an air of lightness. She loves the chase. She loves being taunted, honestly. So she's like segues into this gorgeous angelic bridge before the chorus. I think that's what the bridge is. And she's like she gets this sweet, you, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As you're getting lost in the clouds, the beat drops. Like the first techno Avicii song you've ever heard in your life. And it's like, God, you make me feel so good. It's so dynamic. It's everything we ever need in a song, especially if you're dancing to it like me. Dancing for your life, mind you. The crowd went wild. Let me tell you, the whole senior class was like, what song is that? They were Shazamming. They were like, Gabby has the best taste around here. OTHS. We cannot believe we've never heard that song before. Oh my God, this is the best song of my life. Nobody would stop talking about it for months. And the judges were like, we've never seen anyone dance with so much emotion. And I was like, I really meant it. And does it feel cold, baby? Does it feel hot? And I ended with like an arch of the back and a fan. And the crowd went wild. And mind you, you guys know my experience with dancing, with professional cheerleading. It takes me a while to get there. I tried out for the Denver Broncos 3 times until they finally decided they were not getting rid of me and they had to give me a chance. And that's because having these long muscles, sorry, not muscles, but they are long, having these long limbs, they kind of do their own thing. They have a little bit of a mind of their own. You know what I mean? You can give them a suggestion of what you want them to do, but they're going to actually do their own thing. There's a little bit awkwardness in the transition. It's the lack of fast twitch fibers. These lanky limbs pretty much have no fibers at all. There's not a lot of muscle contracting going on. So I'm overcoming the hump of what was not naturally given to me, but I can defy nature by hard work, and that's how I became, somewhat of an adjacent dancer. Lacking fast twitch fibers and all, yours truly was crowned Miss Fallon, 2000. My dad was like, did they count the votes right? Not my dad asking for a recount of the votes, because he didn't want me in a place, in a position of power. Oh, the votes are right. All right. Oh, I earned this fair and square. My mom doesn't say one word to me. Miss getting kicked out of butterfly camp rushes the stage, goes right to the director and says, "Where's the money? Where's the money? We need the money." And the director is like, "Ma'am, this is not your money. Thank God for some reason she was on my side." She was like, "This is going straight to the college of choice." That rule did not exist before my mom rushed the stage. She came up with that rule on the spot because she didn't know she was going to encounter some kind of a parent like this. Lucky for me. Oh man, I just had a thought. Got it. So we're here. We're in the year. The crown is mine. I have to use the amount of bobby pins Teresa Giudice used on her wedding day to keep this thing in from moving off kilter in a way that might decrease my integrity. So I go to all these charity events. I'm reading to kids. I'm really working on my reputation. I'm taking it back a notch. You know what I mean? I'm cutting back on the smoking, on the drinking. I'm 17 years old, but somebody's got to keep this thing in line. I know what I have to lose. Mind you, I'm not perfect. I have a lot on my plate. I have the community's pressures on my shoulders. So your girl's got to let loose every once in a while. You know what I mean? Plus, like I said, I'm an accurate representation of the community. Who knows? Who knows what we're doing behind closed doors? We know what Bill Clinton's doing. I'm no Bill Clinton. No. No, but I do need to relax sometimes at the end of the day. Hannah in the streets, Miley in the sheets. You know what I mean? Towards the end of my reign, I have a little bit of a night out. My hair was so long. I was like, I'm gonna do something good. I'm gonna cut it off and give it to Locks of Love. And by give it to Locks of Love, I mean when we cut the ponytail, it sat in my trunk for 2 to 3 years. Sometimes, they don't make it easy on us. They don't make it easy on us to give back. What am I supposed to take this disgusting horsetail to a post office and address it to who? Oh my God, I have engagements to go to and no assistant at this time. So I have a fresh new bob. It's a signature haircut. Nobody else has it. It's incredibly identifiable to me, to the queen who just cut her hair. So one I think summer day, we're nearing the end. I've had a great reign. I get a call from the director. A picture surfaced. Oh no. Never a good start to the sentence. A picture has surfaced. Oh my God, of who? Couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. I'm only hanging out with close friends. So I thought, but I didn't know I had to draw up my own NDAs in Fallon, Illinois. So my whole career wouldn't be at risk. A picture surfaced of the back of your perfectly cut bob with a very unique natural hair color and a perky butt at the time, chugging from a handle of Captain Morgan. Girl, get some taste, first of all. Pour it into a glass and lay off the rum. What the fuck? My leg was probably fully up and everything. And she's like, and there's no way we can pass it off as anyone but you because of your iconic haircut, because of what you've done to yourself wanting to give back. Karma. for literally not taking it to the post office. I'm in shambles. What am I going to do? For some reason, I have no recollection of talking to my parents about it. I don't know if they didn't think it was a big deal or I don't know. They weren't pulling in any favors for me to get that shit swiped off the internet like a Kris Jenner. There's no Kris Jenner hanging out around me, so I had to fend for myself. So I found out who the leak was. Surprising, to say the least. I didn't think we had beef. Yeah, you had beef with my friend for dating your current boyfriend, but that was years ago. Yeah, I dated your best friend's boyfriend, but again, that was years ago. What are we supposed to do? There's only so many fish in this tiny ass sea. Is this where it's coming from? Mere high school drama? But we're politicians now. We're professionals. This cannot get in the way of my $2,500 scholarship. Hello. That's going to pay for the dining hall. So I call her, I text her, no answer, nothing, fully ghosted. My hands are tied. Here goes the biggest accomplishment that I've had up to this point. A great win for the community, incredible representation, just like a bedside manner that you would not believe coming from royalty as myself. My hands were tied. You know, I went to work that day because I was also working. I was on no inheritance. I wasn't on what do you call that? A hedge fund. What do you call that? I don't know. The fund where the Nepos get all their money. I didn't have any of that. I had to go to work at Aerie, American Eagle's sister store, slinging bras, slinging panties, measuring the busts of hundreds of women. Oh, baby, you're 32 double D. Look at them knockers. Let's get you lacy. No, you want to push up as you should. Rack of a lamb. Empowering women every day. I leave work. Round the corner. There she is, the leak. I got to think fast. Now is not the time to wait. No, you got to get over your passiveness, your fear of every living, breathing human being, and you got to corner her. So I walked right up to her, and I was like, please, 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 you got to take down that picture. I'll do anything. I'm on my hands and knees. I'll kiss your feet. I even shed a tear. Please, I beg of you. She looks me straight in the face. No. Huh? Huh? No. No. What do you mean, no? I'm a victim. Please. Please, I'll give you a cut. Please, I'll give you a shout out in my next speech. Anything. Anything you want. You can have all the boyfriends. I don't want them. Turns out I'm a lesbian. It's really not a big deal. And now is where things get fuzzy, but my title was not taken away at the end of the day. And that scholarship rightfully went to the university of my choice. This is what I'm saying, you guys. Some things just don't get easy. They just don't get better. I'm shadow banned on TikTok right now for no reason. Come on. This is all I really have to live for. Throw me a bone. Obstacle after obstacle. What? I didn't know I had an op. The fuck? Who are my enemies? Everybody. But we made it out alive. And with every great person in history comes scandal. Scandal follows me. I could honestly use a little more internet beef. A little more internet scandal. I know you guys have heard me beg and plead for a PR stunt time and time again. And it's just like I could do like a B-level Azalea Banks internet scandal. Well, actually, I did kind of have one recently. This is what happens when I internet beef, by the way. Brooke came on the pod. We were talking about her new breasts, mind you. Her new rack looks amazing. We're like, welcome. We have 3 new guests in the room. Brooke and her new titties. This and this. Okay, you guys get it. Anyways, clip it, put it on Instagram. Do my job, market myself. The future of my profession depends on this. All of a sudden, the straight men who are lurking, which, mind you, it's like 4.4% of my followers are men. 4.3 are gay men. This is for the gays and the girlies and the homosexuals. 0.1% is a straight man. From years past, they just haven't hit the unfollow button. They're intrigued. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but they're there and they're lurking. Normally they stay lurking. They know to stay in their place. You know, they know to keep it hidden. To just like peek a little bit, just pull back the curtain just a little bit. Oh, what's Gabby? Oh, she's still got a girlfriend. Oh my God, can you believe this? Anyways, I post a clip of new titties. All the lurkers come heavy with their thumbs. They come liking the clip. Oh, wake up. Good morning. They're liking the clip left and right. Oh my God. I haven't seen you guys come out of the woodwork in months. I didn't even know you were still around here, but this is what it takes. They're not scared anymore. No, they're brave. They're double tapping. They're commenting. They're letting it all hang out. You think I don't know what's going on? I'm a content machine. So I take to TikTok. It's light and funny. I'm just kidding. I'm just having a good time. I'm just telling a funny story. So on TikTok, I say it just like this. I'm like, oof, all the straight men came running with their thumbs. Okay, haven't seen you since season 19 of The Bachelorette. I said it on TikTok. Goes viral. What can I say? Everyone thought I was kidding. Everyone thought I was just naming names just to name names. But I was like, no, he fully liked it. So they went back to check my work. He still liked it. The proof is in the pudding. I didn't do it. I didn't put him there. I didn't force his hand. So he comments. He's laughing. It's a joke. It's a light joke, right? I'm just like calling you out, having a good time, whatever. It's hilarious. This is what I do. Everybody knows. And then I get a text at like midnight. First of all, block. First of all, lose my number. First of all, T-Mobile, hello. There's no men in my text threads. None. And that's how I like it. Hey, Gabby. I love your podcast, Lies. Big fan, but my girlfriend is getting messages. It was an honest mistake. A mistake? You fully did it. And then I went back to check and he still had liked it. And it's like, at least cover your tracks, at least reconcile, at least codify. I just learned that word, obviously. Let's see what it means. Codify. Arrange according. Sure. Codify. Make things better for yourself and your girlfriend, unlike the photo. All you have to do is tap the heart again and it goes away. And then there's no proof. Of course, there's screenshots, but it's like we're not at the center of things right now. We don't have to worry. People aren't going to dig that much. They're not going to use this to expose you on a huge level. Everyone always knows I'm kidding. And if you are listening to this, Don't come for people. This is just for me and you to talk about. This is a safe space for us to talk shit. So let's keep it like that. He's like, my girlfriend's getting messages. I'm like, I didn't know you had a girlfriend. I mean, I went back and now if she's cute and seems really sweet and has nothing to do with me. But I don't want anyone getting messages. I don't want anyone experiencing like whatever, even though this is a product of his actions. And now I'm taking the blame for it. It's like this is just the lesson in all. This is what men do. This is why we aren't dating men. At least if Robbie would do that, she'd be like, babe, it's a joke. And it's like, yeah, it's a joke. I know she's obsessed with me. Yes, she has a picture of 2 porn stars on her Instagram. She's like the 5th boob. It's like she's like at boob level. It's like 1, 2, Robbie said 3, 4. It was hilarious. But men cannot be trusted. Anyways, so that and naturally I took the video down because ultimately I am a girl's girl. But look, I gave her a heads up, all right. And I don't want anyone getting any hate. But if I could do, but it's like I need something like a little bit like that just to like put me on the map, Okay. Now that that's out of the way. All right. Okay. My queen of the week is Taylor. Surprise, surprise, no surprise. To get me through my depressive episode, I went on a deep dive about Taylor Swift. I belong to a couple Reddit threads, and I just think, obviously, she's so tortured, which I love. We know she's been through so much in the industry. Even what she sings about is like, damn, this bitch has been through a lot. Like, she has a lot to say. She has a lot of angst and resentment, and I stand because same. I feel like her music just speaks to me. So she's what's got me through. Admittedly, this isn't news to anyone. Admittedly, it seems obviously like she has some queer songs. Sue me for saying it. Betty on Folklore, it's like she's not even trying to hide it. She's fully singing about kissing a girl. But you know what? It gives her an edge, which we desperately need her to have, because if I see her in one more onesie, brief cut, sparkly bodysuit and opaque, shiny tights, that will be my 13th reason. Believe you me, I have 12. The 12th being a zoodle. Nothing makes me want to more than a zoodle. I had some a couple nights ago and they left me desperately feeling empty inside. Like, whoever invented the zoodle hates themselves and should not take it out on us. Anyways, yeah. Well, and I feel like in some of these songs, Taylor sings about, she's always trying to mask it. Obviously, you don't really know, like, and I have been listening to the Archers podcast, which I think one of them is a Bachelor fan, so shout out. So a lot of my information is coming from them. They like go on a deep dive about all of her songs and how they may, be coming from like a queer perspective, which honestly makes her deeper and more tortured. If you think about it, like while you're listening, that she's singing about a love triangle or some kind of like hidden, like just a love that she doesn't feel like, she can really live to the fullest, and she has to live in secret. Hot. What? And this is what the gays like. We love a story about forbidden love. Oof. I mean, I mean, loving someone of, loving a woman as a woman, but you feel like you can never come out. So you're going to sing about it and how tortured it is and all your secrecies and how you go about it and how you hide from each other. But also like just live for a glimpse in public. This is what can get me out of my depression. So, and then it's like she's sad. Oh, and God, I love it. Like what she sings about, it's like and the way that she does it, I guess, because she's like kind of poppy. But I've been listening to her new album. I always Tortured Dead Poets or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I butchered it because I cannot get the name right to sort of save my fucking life. You're not a Swiftie. You're not a Swiftie. No, because I think it's coming from Dead Poet Society. It's like some kind of a workaround. So you're not a Swiftie. And we know she loves like a literary metaphor. She gets a lot of her inspo from these really smart people. It's like, bitch, she definitely went to public school. She's so smart. But like a lot of this is hidden in her music, but it appeals to the masses, I think, because of the way she markets it. And genius for her. She knows what she's doing. She's obviously a billionaire. So, yeah, this podcast was talking about her birth chart. And just like how fascinating it is. And apparently she's the fifth cousin of Emily Dickinson, who was also said to be in the closet. I honestly have not given a fuck about Emily Dickinson. I thought she wrote the Moby Dick book. Maybe I'm just getting Dick and Dick confused. Who wrote Moby Dick? Oh my God, everybody's like, Gabby. I tell everyone I've been reading Sylvia Plath. They're like, oh my God, yeah, I read that in high school. I'm like, you guys, I went to public school. Okay, what I would have done in an all-girls school, I would have gotten, just the best education. Just kidding, Melville Herman. Haven't really given a fuck about Emily Dickinson, but I think a lot of her poems are from the perspective of being closeted. And her husband was a beard because his sister was the one that she was in love with. Hot. Hello. God. And she apparently their birth charts are really similar. This information I'm getting from the Archers podcast. It's crazy. It is, and it gives me hope so naturally, thinking that I'm the same and have like some kind of fated destiny. I looked up Sylvia Plath's chart, and then I looked up my chart. Nothing the same. Nothing alike. Completely different. So, not for me. Okay, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I cannot thank you enough, and I'll see you next time on Long Winded.